Last week, I told you about Arjun and Riya. Same city, same marks, same loan amount. Completely different outcomes. And the difference came down to information three things. Riya knew before she booked her flight that Arjun was never told. Today, I want to talk to the parents watching this because what I am about to share is not about which country to pick or which degree to choose. It is about four traps that drain Indian family savings before their child even lands abroad, and almost nobody warns you about them. These are not rare situations, they happen to thousands of the families every year. Not because they made bad choices, but because nobody told them the rule before they paid. Let's get into this. Trap number one. And this one starts the moment you walk into the wrong agent's office. Some local agents do not care which university is right for your child. They care about one thing their commission. They push students into low ranked colleges in small towns which no job market, no industry connections, and no real placement record. They show you glossy brochures. They tell you the university is very reputed, very well known, but they will not show you actual QS rankings. They will not show you your graduate employment data. And they will definitely not tell you that the college they are pushing is one where their commission is highest, not where your child's future is strongest. Here is how this trap works in practice. A family in Hyderabad pays an agent 1.5 lakhs rupees in consultation fees and a university placement fee. The agent gives the student an offer letter from a college in a small UK town, not the Russell Group, not even modern universities with strong industry links. The student goes, spends 35 lakhs, graduates, and spend the next 2 years trying to find work in the city they have never been to, with a degree that employers in London or Melbourne do not recognize. The fix is simple. Always deal with official direct university representatives, not agents who appeared with a special discount or a limited time offer. A real university representative will show you verified rankings, real placement data, and actual student reviews from graduates. If someone is rushing you to pay a fee before an offer expires, that is your signal to stop and verify. Trap number two. This one hits after the student lands and it hits without warning. Picture this your child lands in a new country, jet lagged, exhausted, excited. They try to rent a room near the university, and the landlord says, "Sorry, you have no local credit history. We cannot rent to you." This shocks almost every Indian students. Back home, nobody asks for a credit history to rent a flat. You show up, you pay the deposit, you move in. Abroad, credit history is everything. Landlords in the UK, Australia, and Canada use it to decide whether you are a reliable tenant or not. A student fresh off the plane from India has zero credit history, which means zero leverage. What happens next? Many students end up going through informal local agents who rent them tiny, overplaced rooms, sometimes in buildings that looks nothing like the photos. Some families pay 2 or 3 months of inflated rent before the student finds something better. This is real money, money that was never in the budget. Also, then there is a second part of this trap. Once students finally settle in, many end up living only with other Indian students, eating only at the Indian restaurants, speaking only in their home language. This is called the Indian bubble. It is comfortable, it feels like home, but it quietly destroys the one thing your child went abroad for building a global career network. The employers hiring in the UK and Australia are not just looking at your degree, they are looking at who you know, how you communicate across cultures, and whether you can work in a diverse team. If your entire social circle for 2 years was the same group of people from the same state in India, your degree is worth less than it should be. The solution to the problem is the same. Choose universities that have official housing partners, verified buildings, guaranteed rooms, no credit history required. The university places you in a proper room before you land. No scrambling, no overpriced agents. And once you are there, step out of the bubble intentionally. Your career abroad is built on the people you meet, not just the marks you earn. Trap number three. This one quietly empties your family's savings before your child even takes their first flight. Here is how it works. You go to the traditional government bank or a large public sector bank for an education loan. They approve it. Great news. But then comes the fine print. They will only fund 85% of the total cost. The remaining 15% must come from your own pocket upfront in cash. This is called margin money. For a course costing 40 lakhs rupees, that is 15% is 6 lakhs rupees cash immediately on the top of the loan, on the top of the flight tickets, insurance, and first month expenses. But here is what most of the families are not told. NBFC specialized education loan companies do not ask for margin money. Some of them fund 100% of your total cost, zero upfront cash from your family savings, and the process is often faster, sometimes completed in 3 to 7 days compared to 15 to 45 days at the traditional banks. The difference between a PSB loan and an NBFC loan is not just the margin money. NBFC loans also typically covers living expenses and airfare within the loan, not just tuition. So the total amount your family needs to arrange upfront drops significantly. Before you sign any education loan, ask one question. Does this loan require any margin money? If the answer is yes, ask specifically about NBFC options before agreeing to anything. Trap number 4 is not a scam. It is a missed opportunity and it is one of the cost families the most because the money was always there and nobody pointed at it. First, automatic university bursaries. Many UK and Australian university apply fee reduction for 1 to 4 lakhs rupees automatically at the point of the offer. No separate application needed. But most of the students never check whether their offer letter includes one. Before your child accepts any offer, ask the university directly. Is there any automatic bursary attached to this offer? That one question can save lakh or more with zero effort. Second, TCS on remittance. When you send money from your personal savings abroad under India's liberalized remittance scheme, the government collects TCS, tax collected at source, at 2% of the amount above 10 lakhs rupees. You are not losing this money permanently. It comes back to you when you file your taxes. But it gets locked with the government for months, exactly when you need liquidity most. First month rent, housing deposit, university registration fee, all due immediately after landing. If the money is sent through a recognized education loan instead of personal savings, TCS drops to zero. The government builds this rule specifically to encourage the structured education loans. No TCS, no locked cash. Additionally, if both parents remit separately, each get a 10 lakh threshold before TCS applies. Together, that is 20 lakh rupees moving with zero TCS even from personal savings. Third, Section 80E of the Income Tax Act. If you take an education loan, the full interest paid on that loan can be deducted from your taxable income for up to 8 years. This means the effective cost of the loans reduces every year you file the taxes. Most families are paying this interest without claiming the deduction and losing thousands of rupees in unnecessary tax every year. A short conversation with your CA before you send any money abroad can protect a significant portion of your family savings. These are not complicated rules, they just require knowing they exist. 4 traps, 4 solutions. Verify every agent against official university representatives before paying anyone a single rupee. Choose universities with official housing partners and encourage your child to step outside the Indian bubble once they are there. Ask about margin money. Before signing any loan, NBFCs may save your family lakhs upfront. And check for automatic bursaries. Use the TCS zero loan route if it fits your situation. And claim Section 80E every year of repayment. None of these require anything complicated. They just require knowing about them before you commit. If you want someone to go through your specific situation, your budget, your child's course, your loan options, your target country, the team at Uni Experts will do that for free. No sales pitch, just clear, honest conversation before you make a 35 to 50 lakhs decision. The link is in the description. If this video helped you, hit subscribe and tell me in the comments which of these 4 traps you had never heard of before. See you next week.